Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Gaming Matters podcast, where we talk with real people about the real impact gaming has had on their lives, hosted by me, David White. I'm joined today by the best looking smile on Twitch, SykoPlayz of twitch.tv/SYKO plays with a Z. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, I kind of want to just jump right in. How did you get into gaming?
I mean, I've been gaming my whole life. Gaming was a huge part of my life actually, because back when the Atari was out and I remember when the original NES dropped and it was like mind blowing, even though now you look at it and you're like, wow. But back then, like when they came out with the Nintendo 64 and they had like 3D where you can look around the world with Mario 64. I mean, that stuff blew our minds.
Huh. Yeah, that's kind of old.
Hey, it's true. It's true. Yeah. But
Nothing wrong with being retro, you know?
retro is a good name. It's a good thing. Like, everybody likes 8-bit stuff. Everybody likes pixelated stuff. And I remember my very first game. Well, my favorite game of all time is the original Legend of Zelda. And one of the major reasons is because it's the first game to ever let us save our progress. So you young guys don't even know the heartache of getting to the final boss after hours of playing a game, dying multiple times and having to start from the beginning.
Yeah, that sounds painful. That sounds like Dark Souls, but game mechanics instead.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So, you mentioned that Zelda was your favorite game because it allowed you to save progress. So that kind of segues into my next question here.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think gaming really influenced your upbringing? Like, did it help you out with stuff?
I mean, yeah, I guess it kind of. My dad worked a lot, and I was the only boy out of 3 girls, and um nobody in around my area was my age or either my sister's age or younger because I was the youngest. And it just gave me something to do, something to look forward to. And it kind of made me, I don't really know how to explain it. Like my dad had this thing, he wouldn't buy me, like I'd want a new game, but he wouldn't buy me a new game until I beat the game before. So it would make me work hard towards getting something completed, which was back then for Nintendo, that was like very, very hard to do. But yeah, I couldn't get a new game until I'd be like, "Yo, Dad, can I get this game?" He's like, "Did you beat your other game?" I was like, "No, not yet." He said, "Well, you beat it, we'll get you a new game." So it just kind of made me work hard towards gaming, I guess, which helps me nowadays for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, that's a perfect segue to my next question. Actually,
I can read your mind.
How do you think gaming influences you today?
Well, it's I'm glad. I mean, back then it was not great for people. I mean, it was, but people didn't look at it as great. They thought it was laziness and you should get outside the house and do this and this. But I mean, for me, I have with my issues that I have, it really helps me not think about it. And I don't know, it's a stress reliever, which I think it is for a lot of people, especially when you go to work and you're stressed, or you go to school and you're stressed, and you come home and you get to be whatever, do whatever you want to in a video game, and just makes you feel awesome. And you get to meet great people, which we didn't have back in the day. We didn't have multiplayer, but now having multiplayer, that's how I met my best friend. And I've been best friends with him for like 16 years. And we met on Xbox. And it's great. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Freaking great relationships made through gaming nowadays.
Yeah, that's So how did you meet your best friend through Xbox? Was it like a specific game you guys enjoyed, or?
Um, well, what it was is I wanted to play online games. I was way behind. Like I didn't know nothing about that until way later because we didn't have a lot of money. And I was older at the time. I didn't know online gaming was really a thing. And then I don't remember who told me or how. I don't remember how I found out. I think a buddy of mine told me, and I was like, "Yo, that's dope." I was like, "You can play with real people," and he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay." So I sold this old truck I had, and when I sold it, I used that money to buy me a new. Well, I went to GameStop to buy a new PlayStation, the brand new like PlayStation 3, I think back then is what it was, and because I was a PlayStation guy. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go buy me the brand new PlayStation. Well, I'm gonna play online and all this. So I went to GameStop and I walked in. I was like, yo, I want to get a new PlayStation. And they were like, can we ask why you want to get a PlayStation? You know? And so I told them, and they were like, the whole store was like, bro, no. If you're wanting to do online gaming, get an Xbox. Trust me. You want an Xbox. Don't get a PlayStation. I was like, are you sure? Like the manager, I was like, whatever. So they all gave me their gamer tags, and so I'm still friends with all those guys after, like I said, 15 years. I've been friends with like managers and stuff at GameStop, which was cool. They were all so nice. And they ran with this guy named G Town. And so I ran with them, which made us all just become friends together, for really good friends, which was weird because one of the guys that were in our little group of people was a guy I actually grew up with as a kid. And it was so crazy. I was like, yo, I know you. Like, I've known you my whole life. And he ends up being friends with these guys as well. So, but me and G Town, we just clicked off. It just clicked for us. And even though he's way younger than me, he's like, he was like 16 when I met him, and I was like 25 or something like that. But it didn't matter. We become good friends after that. Like, I don't know. We had the same style, the same taste in games, and it ended up being a good friendship.
Well, that's awesome. Glad they steered you in the right direction, and helped you out at the
Hell yeah, they
at that
did.
GameStop.
No doubt. They're good people over there. Well, when they were there.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that they were so helpful then. That kind of reminds me of a different thing. Like when I went to buy a used game like years ago as a kid, and
Yeah.
I asked for like a memory card for the game, and they just gave it to me for free.
Yeah. I mean, people cared back then.
Yeah, gaming community is awesome, man.
I love it. Yeah. No doubt.
So I kind of have a hard hitting question here.
Uh
What game would you say has had the deepest impact on you?
oh. Huh. Wow, that's a tough one. Um. Lord. I want to say Call of Duty, but me and Call of Duty have a love-hate relationship, so I wouldn't say that had the biggest impact on me. Man, I guess just shooters in general. I wouldn't say it's a game, but just shooting games in general really kind of helped me find my crew of people that I click with. And I don't get sweaty anymore. I don't even play first person shooters that much anymore, but back then I was super sweaty, like running tournaments, making money, doing competitions and all that, and I loved it. I loved the feel. So I wouldn't say a certain game, maybe Halo if I had to pick one, but yeah, I'd just say shooters in general had a big impact on me.
Well, that's good. There's a lot of great shooter games out there. You mentioned like Call of Duty, Halo. Can you think of any others that you used to play a lot?
Gears of War, Rainbow Six, like Vegas, man. Vegas was the first game I ever played online. It was the very first game I played online, where I made most of my friends at, and that game was hella fun. I mean, you try to play it now and it feels like you're playing in slow motion, but back then, that game was top notch.
Rainbow Six Vegas. That was the first one in the series?
That was the first one for me to play online. That was my first online experience. Was Rainbow Six Vegas.
Ah, yeah, I'm familiar with Rainbow Six Siege. I think
Yeah,
they're
see,
the
that's a new game. I'm
yeah.
almost 40, so we got a little bit different age gap there. But yeah, the Rainbow Six. If you went, it was cool about Rainbow Six though. The Vegas, when out back then, was freaking they had this cool idea, which I don't understand why they still don't do it. is you could actually take a picture. It would scan your face and put you in the game. Your character would be your face. You didn't have to adjust nothing. It would scan, and this was years ago, like 20 years ago, and it would scan your face and put you in the game. And that's how I found out that my buddy that I went to school with was part of my crew, like a part of our clan. We had a clan called MVPs, and that's how I found out he was in my clan. Is because he died. He was on my team and everything. I just knew him by his gamer tag. Like we didn't know each other's real names. We just knew gamer tags. So I've been talking with him for months, hanging out with him every night, playing video games. And then he died early. So he was watching me play because I was still alive. And he saw the face on my character and was like, holy crap, I know you. Like that's how good it was. Why they stopped doing that, I have no clue. Like that would be a huge feature today.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Actually, I don't know why they don't do that anymore.
I mean, they did it on a few games. They did it on Tony Hawk. They did it in Rainbow, and they did it like on some. I don't know if it was Madden. I think it might have been Madden. I can't remember, but they all sucked. Like they all just didn't work right. Maybe that's why they stopped doing it. But I mean, if they just work a little bit more on it, they could really make that something very cool.
Yeah, especially with like today's tech.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
So you're a streamer, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I kind of want to talk more about that now. I kind of want to know where it all started on Mixer, because I know that's where you originated from.
Well, actually, I originated from YouTube.
Did
And
you?
yeah, I've been doing this 9 years, so I've been in it for a while, way before Mixer and early Twitch. So I started on YouTube, not live streaming, but as making content, and then I started live streaming on Twitch, and I did that for a couple years until I found out about Beam, which was original name for Mixer before they changed it to Mixer. It was Beam. And something about it's before Microsoft bought it. Something about it I just really, really liked because my streams are community first streams. So normally, like we talk more than anything, and the gaming is just kind of like elevator music. It's just in the background, pretty much. So when I found out about Beam and found out that literally you could chat with your chat with no delay whatsoever, that was like absolutely. So I left Twitch with like 7,000 followers and went to Mixer with 0 just because of that one feature. And it was very beneficial that I did that. It worked out for me very well, but unfortunately, they stopped being Mixer. So now I'm back on Twitch and so far so good.
Yeah. I had no clue that you would start it on. I guess there was a time before before you were known on Mixer. I thought you got your start there. I guess I should have
No,
researched more.
that's okay. I mean, it's a long time ago. So a lot of people don't even know that.
Well, now they do.
Hell yeah.
Um, so how did you? Were you always SykoPlayz? Were you always Did you always have this kind of brand, or how did
I've
that get
always
started?
been Psycho. I've been Psycho since I was 14. But I wasn't SykoPlayz. I was when I first started my YouTube channel. It was when I found out I had my disease, which I wanted to show. I wanted to make videos with my family to have memories of it as for when I'm able to move and stuff. And it just kind of after a while I decided I needed that's when I started doing streaming because I needed a way to make a living where I could still be sitting down because I won't be able to walk. So I started doing live streams and it just made I was Psycho MMA for a while because I did MMA. So everything I did was based around talking about mixed martial arts and training in mixed martial arts. But then that started to not make any sense because I couldn't do it physically couldn't do it anymore. So I had to retire. And then I did gaming. So then I changed it to SykoPlayz because, I play games and it just kind of made sense. And I couldn't do Psycho because I don't know, there's a lot of people with the name Psycho, even though I've had it since I was 14. But so I did SykoPlayz. It just made sense for the brand.
All right. Just so that the audience knows, what are you public about the disease that you were mentioning earlier?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was, that's what the whole point of my channel was kind of, I talked about it and stuff, and my community knows all about it. It's just something I got when I was in 2008, I think, is when I started struggling with an issue. And then 2009 is when they found out what I had. And it's been, it's been good and bad, not great, but I'm still alive. So,
Well, yeah, yeah. Glad you're still kicking,
hell yeah. You can't stop me, man. I'm a freight train.
Nothing can stop you, dude.
That's right.
Not even the downfall of an entire platform.
Well, I mean, the thing is the platform didn't make me. So we made the platform.
Yeah. So how has your transition over to Twitch, and I think you've been doing YouTube still, like videos, or have you
I
not?
not as much as I should. It's Twitch has been pretty good. I mean, my community's great, and the numbers aren't the same, and I'm not the same. I don't have the same presence as I did on Mixer because on Mixer I was one of the top streamers, so I could pretty much go into any stream and they would know who I was. And I think I got used to that, and it kind of got into my head a little bit. I didn't think it was at the time until I wasn't that anymore. And now, I don't know. It's hard to get used to, but we're still having a good time. We're still making big numbers and working our way back up. It's a bigger platform. So it's more, I don't like to say competition because I don't see why it's got to be a competition, but there's more people on at the same time you are. And when people find their favorites, it's hard to get them. So, but numbers are looking okay. Like I said, it's not what Mixer was, but it is what it is. We're still working our off. Oh, working our butts off. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Eat.
Um, Man, I just lost my train of thought.
It happens.
So you have a pretty strong community, right?
I feel like I do. Yeah. I mean, very loyal, very compassionate and caring community, which I'm very proud of.
Well, that's definitely something to be proud of.
Yes, sir.
So how long have you been doing, I guess, mental health topics? Because I noticed like every single one of your stream titles has been something mental health related to some extent.
Yeah, that's kind of, I've always been like that. It's just been a thing we've always done because, I have physical health issues. I have a nephew that has mental issues, and um, there's so many people out there that struggle with so many things that they don't talk about or they don't even know they're struggling with. And the only reason I do the reason I do the titles, all my titles are always positive, and the titles don't always click with me, but they might click with someone else, so it doesn't matter if I'm feeling the title, but somebody else might be like, man, I needed that today. And I get people all the time come in and go, yo, your titles, I needed that and all that. So the reason I do my titles like that is because that's the first thing people see before they even come into your channel. The first thing they see is your title and your thumbnail, but a lot of them read the title because they want to know what's happening. And it's kind of beneficial and not, because if I'm playing a game, let's say a new game comes out and I get early access, I don't put early access on there so everybody knows I get it before, I put a, quote that speaks to them instead. So it can hurt in a way, but I don't care. It's not about that. It's about hitting somebody in the right nerve to make them feel better about their day.
Well, that is great. I think you're definitely having a very good impact, um, with even just the small title thing that you do for
I
every
hope so.
stream.
I hope so.
I mean, I like sometimes I'll, even if I'm not gonna be able to watch your stream, I'll just hover over the the thing on the sidebar that just shows when you're live, and I'll just read the title just to see what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's good. Maybe I'm sure more than you do that, which is fine with me.
So what do you think of the impact that your content has on your community?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of impact. I mean, you got people tell me that I've oh, I quit smoking because of something you said, or I quit drinking, or I've done this or that, or your content's helped me do this. I don't know how that works or how that happens because I'm just doing what I do. And if it helps someone, that's great. I mean, I guess I've went through the same thing when I used to watch Tim the Tap Man. It kind of helped me through some stuff, but some people act like it's just changed their life completely. I mean, I got people with my logos tattooed on their legs. I got a couple that just got married I think last month or a few days ago. I can't remember. And they met on my stream. Like I got them together and they just got married. I've had people FaceTime me so I could watch their wedding. They've sent me wedding invitations. I had somebody name their child after me. Like it's just it's mind blowing, honestly. I don't know why, but it's really cool. And so I hope I'm steering people in the right direction.
Yeah, I definitely think with an impact like that, you must be doing something right, you know?
I hope so.
So, you said that you think of gaming in your content as more of like a background thing. Is
Yeah.
that is that the full extent of how you think gaming has impacted your content and how it, how you use gaming to interact with people?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I like to talk. I don't have a problem talking with people, and people want to talk. Like they come into the reason it's live streaming, reason you do, because if I didn't want to talk to people, I would just be YouTuber. I can just make a video, post it online, and just ignore it and let it do its thing. But as a content creator, live streamer, you want that interaction, and people want to interact with you. Like that's why they sit there all day long. I have people that sit in my stream every day for 5 hours and they're there the whole time, every single day. And they're constantly chatting because they need it. They might not have somebody in their life, and we are the closest thing they have to family. So they come in and chat and chat and chat. So I try to focus more on that because the gameplay, I mean, that might not fit with us. Some people want to come in and watch somebody just slay at a game and just destroy people. And I can do that if I need to. But at my age, I don't have the reflexes I used to. My eyesight's not quite as great. So I don't focus on that anymore. I used to. And like I said, I used to do tournaments and stuff, and my content would be a part of that. But now I just can't. I don't like the way it makes me feel when I get competitive. So, I mean, I can host a tournament just fine and just chat with people and enjoy conversation.
Yeah, that's you have a very personality driven stream rather than, gameplay oriented like say like an esports um
Hmm.
person would,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is definitely not a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination.
I mean, it's for certain people. Some people like it, some people don't. It's for the people that want to be there.
Yeah. So, you probably get asked this a lot. Um do you have any sort of advice for content creators that say want to get into streaming specifically since you've been doing it for so long?
Yeah, don't rush it. A lot of people want to just be big. They see Tim the Tap Man or whoever, Nick Mertz, and they're just like, "Oh, I want to do that." But it ain't that easy. I mean, you have certain things you have to do. You have to take care of. You have to make a schedule. You can't just stream whenever you want. It doesn't work that way. You need to make a schedule. You need to think of a brand and brand everything accordingly. You don't want just random. It's like somebody you see that's just literally got random tattoos all over their body, but they don't mean anything. You don't want that. People don't like that. So, and you need to pay attention to your audience because if you're not, what's the point of doing what you're doing? Like they're there to get to know you, and you need to be respectful to those people because they can go anywhere. And if they decide they don't want to watch you, you don't have the channel you want. You have your viewers are what makes your channel what it is, not you. You're just there. You're there for them, honestly. It's not the other way around. I mean, what you can be. I mean, my viewers are there for me as well, but like you're there to entertain them. That's why they're there to watch the show. That's why they sometimes donate, is because you are their entertainment and they appreciate what you do. So you need to be respectful. Um, yeah, schedule is a huge one. That, in my opinion, that's when things started to click for me. Is when I set a schedule and I stuck to it. Um, I mean, just don't rush it. Don't go looking at someone's setup online and you see they got like 4 monitors and a computer and the GoLexLR and Stream Decks, all that. I have all that stuff, but I've also been doing this for 9 years. I didn't have it all at first. When I first started, I had an Xbox 360 and a headphone. That was it. That's all I had. I had a headphone, like a cheap plug-in headphone, and Xbox 360. No webcam, no overlays, no computer, no nothing, no music, nothing. And then a buddy of mine gave me his old broken iPod. It was cracked. So he gave it to me. And I played Spotify on through the iPod, but it picked up through the microphone on my headphones. So it sounded terrible, but people could hear music. And but I couldn't afford Spotify Premium. So like every other song you heard an ad, which was hilarious. But I wanted it that bad though. I didn't care. But then I was able to afford a Connect. So I bought a Connect and I plugged it into the Xbox, and now I had a webcam. And it just kind of every little thing I would put, everything I made, I would put into back into the stream to keep making it better. And I still do to this day. Like, I mean, anytime I need something, because it's not a cheap job, hobby, whatever you want to call it. It's a very expensive one.
Mm-hmm.
You got to buy every game that comes out. I mean, as a content creator that plays video games, I have like 1,000 games, and that's expensive after a while. And then your computer goes bad, you got to fix it. New system comes out, you got to buy it because you got to show it off, and you got to do this or that. I mean, your chair goes bad, your controllers break, your headphones go bad, and your keyboard breaks, your mouse goes bad, everything, and you have to buy and buy and buy. But don't worry about all that at first. So when you want to start, the first thing you can do is just start. Don't wait for, I just got to make sure it's just right. I got to have this overlay and this overlay. Cause I knew a guy that spent like 10 grand on a setup. He legit spent $10,000 on computer overlays, everything. And he went live and streamed for like 2 months for 0 people. Like it was legit nothing. And it just crushed him because he had all this hope that he was going to be successful and he put all this money into it, and now he doesn't stream at all. Like some people, it sucks, but some people are going to make it and some people aren't. I don't care how good you are, because you got to find that perfect window of getting seen. It's a mixture of personality, timing, and luck, really. But don't mean you can't try. Just work your butt off, and don't let it get to you. I mean, if you stream for one person for a year, think about it. That one person, remember, oh, I hate when people tell me that. I hate when people come into my stream and go, well, I only get 5 viewers. I'm like, only get 5? Dude, that's 5 people on this entire platform that decided to watch you out of thousands and thousands of other streamers. They decided to watch you. They're not watching Tim, Nick, Doc, Courage, SykoPlayz. They're not watching none of us. They're watching you. You are their favorite. That's pretty incredible. That's dope, man. I mean, that's something to be proud of. So just be proud of your accomplishments and just keep pushing forward.
$10,000.
Yeah,
That kind of stuck
crazy,
with
right?
me.
Never do that. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. I mean, why would you put money into something you don't know if it's even going to work or not? That's crazy.
Yeah, as
I mean, he got more money than me, I guess, because I couldn't do that. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that is insane. And he doesn't stream anymore?
Oh no, he lasted a few months. He got to the point where he was buying his viewers, meaning every stream was a giveaway stream. Every single stream was a giveaway. And like every 10 viewers, he'd give away like a $25 gift card. Like, what are you doing? Like, what's the point after that? What's the point of that? That's not doing you any good in the long run. You know, I mean, you're not streaming to give money away. That's not why you do it.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's a good way to get short attention, but you don't really keep those people. They're not there for you, you know?
No, they're not. And then when you stop doing giveaways because you're broke, well, they leave and they don't care about you. Like I'd rather have I'd rather have 5 viewers that want to be there for me than 100 viewers that want my giveaways. You know, I mean, that's like people that just come for that game. I don't want people to watch me for the game I play. I want them there because I entertain them. So I can play anything. I could play Roblox, or I could play Call of Duty, or I can play anything I want, and they're going to be there because I'm good at what I do and I entertain them no matter what I play. That's what I want.
Well, it sounds like what you've already got, which is pretty astounding.
Thank you. I love my community for sure. Absolutely.
And they seem to love you right back.
I hope so.
So, what's next for SykoPlayz? I was there for your stream a few days ago when you were talking about the new OBS updates.
Oh yeah, man, the new OBS update's gonna be so lit.
When you were like moving your camera in and out of the stream.
I mean, it's simple. Like as a content creator, man, like these simple things that OBS has added is
It's
it
game
makes
changing.
it's so, and it's simple. It literally is like, okay, so, but when you see the scenes I do, right? If somebody's listened to your podcast or whatever, and they've never seen my stream, and they don't see the transitions and the fading and the manipulation of this, the everything I do, it I have to do it with multiple layers of buttons to make these things happen. Like fading your webcam in and out. You can't just do that. You can't just fade it in and out. You have to make a layer on top of a layer on top of that layer that fade in from the. It's confusing. And you have to have a stream deck to make it work because you have to have it happen on a certain time limit to make all you want to do is make your camera fade in. That's it. Now it fades in just with one button, no overlay. You don't need a stream deck. You don't need nothing. It just fades. And that, so many things you can do with something that simple. And people are going to realize that it's going to make streaming easier. Like people are wanting to do things that I do now that take me like weeks to figure out how to make it do it. Now they're going to be able to do those with just one click, which is great for them. But what's good for me is that's going to make even better stuff come from my content. In my opinion, I'm just going to work harder to make even better stuff.
Yeah, I'm super excited for what you're going to be able to do with it, given what you've already been able to do with the limited tools before.
Oh, I can't wait. It's a game changer. I mean, if people aren't using OBS, they need to. If they're using Streamlabs, I mean, don't. That's all just don't.
I think it was either you or another streamer I've been watching recently that said that Streamlabs OBS like crashed their computer.
That was me. Yeah, it broke my computer and it's broke multiple other people's. I mean, you might have heard it from another person because it's done that. It literally will destroy your CPU, but people still use it. And I beg people, and I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. I'm just trying to help you out. Like I'm trying to help you. We're like, well, it gives me, it's so much easier. No, not really. Not if you just just take the time to learn. And it's not hard at all. And it does so many more. It has so many more features, and the features it has, they all work. That's what I like about it. They all work great.
Yeah, and there's nothing behind a paywall in OBS.
There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing. Everything's free, and people. It's open to the community, so they create things for it. So, and it's all free. Um, like I just found this thing that someone created that I didn't know you could do. Which this one right here is another game changer that I'm gonna spoil. I was gonna keep it a secret, but uh, you can actually somebody created it. It's a plugin that you can add to OBS for free that will allow you to hotkey your filters, which is huge. I don't think people realize how big that is. Why OBS doesn't have that to begin with, I don't know. But you can hotkey your filters, which
Yeah, that
is
is.
incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah, you could do a lot of stuff with that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, do you have any ideas for how you're going to use that?
Oh yeah, I have ideas, but we'll have to keep that for, it's a surprise.
Yeah, I gotta watch his stream to find out.
That's it. Sorry, I can't let that go.
So so what's next for your brand as far as like content goes? Is it just gonna be more of the same stuff that people have been expecting, or you want to get back into YouTube more, like you said more at the beginning?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to bring back some more YouTube stuff. It's just I'm so focused on. I think once my Twitch gets to a certain point, I might focus on that again. But I'm so focused on getting my Twitch to where I want it to be, where I feel more comfortable. I have been doing TikToks. If anybody cares about that, I enjoy posting there because it's just quick and easy. I've been posting shorts on YouTube lately. They added this new shorts feature, which is like TikTok. I've been adding some stuff on there. It's literally like a clip. It's like a minute clip, which is, that's easy to post. But for my brand, I mean, the brand's not going to change. I'm sure the content and the things you see will change because I'm always, at least once a year, I change everything completely, like my backgrounds and everything. And I do got some new stuff coming. I don't know when it's coming. I got someone working on it that's really one of a kind things that you can't just get off the internet because it's custom made, and it's going to blow people's minds. Absolutely.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Me too.
And I'm sure your community will love it, dude.
I hope so, because I mean it's a lot of hard work that the guy that's working on it's putting into it. I mean, he's been working on it for I don't know, almost a year. So it's a lot of stuff, and I hadn't even seen it. He's just like, trust me. That's all he keeps telling me. Trust me, it's gonna be dope. I'm like, all right, I trust you. So I can't wait to see it my own self.
Well, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, it sounds. I mean, I've
Or at
seen
least
stuff he's done before.
Or at
So
least, yeah. Or at least it's like it's so cool that you haven't even seen it yet. That's how cool it is.
yeah, I mean, and I trust this guy. This guy's done so much work for me, and he's very, very good at what he does, and he knows what I like. He knows my style, so I just let him run. It helps me for him just to do what he does. I don't want to step on his toes. I want him to do what he is good at, and then I'll do what I need to do once I get it.
Well, that sounds awesome. I can't wait to see it. This has been SykoPlayz of twitch.tv/SYKO plays with a Z.
That's it.
Yep.
And you can find me at any social media. If you need me, just type in SykoPlayz. Easy. You can find me anywhere.